Jets and Vikings. This is a football podcast. All right. Vikings, 2.5-point favorites at home. 40.5 points is the over-under on
at
this
home,
one.
But they're in Europe.
Excuse me. Sorry. That's what
I just want to make sure for the people
as
at home,
the home
because I was confused
team.
on this.
Yes.
And
This is
historically
the London
speaking,
game.
Mike,
You have
historically
a
speaking,
British accent?
the Minnesota Vikings, or the Vikings in general, they travel across water and then they go kick ass. And somebody made the argument that, so do Jets. Jets fly across the water. Well, the Vikings are on the ground and they handle the ground game. So I'm looking forward to watching this one. I got the Vikings big time.
The Vikings, didn't they win in Britain way back in
They've won a lot. They've won a lot in Britain.
TJ Hawkinson returns to practice, but obviously I don't think he's going to play this week. Tail of the tape says, head coach coaching going Minnesota Vikings way. Quarterback, I'm still giving it to the Jets. Aaron Rodgers looked great this year. Receivers going the Vikings way. Backfield, I called it a wash. Breece Hall, Aaron Jones, two of my favorite running backs in the NFL. O-line goes the Vikings way with the way those tackles have been playing. Brian O'Neill locked down Rashawn Gary's ass last week. D-line going the Jets way, even if, the Vikings, they get pressure, but the defensive line of this Jets team still has teeth in obvious passing situations. Linebacker and secondary, I called them both a wash. I'm punting on these. CJ Mosley likely out for this one. If that's the case, I think it probably ticks the Vikings way, but if he's healthy, probably ticks the Jets way. But I call it the wash because I don't know at this point. And if he's banged up, maybe they are even. And then secondary, two of the better secondaries in the NFL. Vikings do it with their safeties. Jets do it with their corners. Both are weapons in their own right. So I don't know. This one, I think if anyone is equipped to handle and adjust to the blitz packages, and we said about this Vikings team that they get so much play with their blitz packages when you have to silent count, when you basically have to kind of telegraph when the snap is happening, because that's when they can really take you off guard. Whereas Rodgers in London, they ain't going to get as rowdy as a home crowd would for the Minnesota Vikings. No. He's going to have the hard count as a weapon there, and he's the GOAT at it, right? He is the GOAT at getting guys to declare as blitzers, and he's called Harrison Smith, one of the toughest guys to read at that position in terms of when he's blitzing, what he's doing in terms of disguising. But he's seen this Vikings defense a lot over his career. Not necessarily Brian Flores, but the personnel and Harrison Smith and that. So I kind of like the Jets in this one. I know it might be blasphemous, but I kind of like the Jets.
I've heard this a few times this week, and here's my only reasoning for going with the Vikings in Europe. It's because all of the looks pre-snap, yes, you're right. Aaron Rodgers has seen it a million times. Aaron Rodgers knows exactly what's going to happen. But the issue is, are these guys on the same page? Are they having a hive mind on offense? Because pre-snap, if you get these pressure looks, you got to know where your hot is. You got to know who the first read is. And if you're a receiver out there and you're, in tunnel vision, worried about what the coverage is instead of what the pressure package could be, you need to get your head on the same page. You need to be in the same state of mind that Aaron is. And if these guys are going to pressure and Aaron is under fire, he needs to know that his guys know exactly where the ball is going to be. And I think that this week will be another key factor in the Jets being like, we need a guy like Devontae, because this Minnesota defense will get after you. They do it in a bunch of different ways with disguises. You need to see it before the snap. You need to get on the same page with your quarterback. I think the Vikings run away with this one. I think the offense could look kind of sluggish for the Jets this week.
The Jets, though, they need Quinnen Williams-Sass to show up, dude. He's been a no-show more often than not this season, only 9 pressures through 4 games. This is the week. If you're going to pressure this Minnesota Vikings team and get in Sam Darnold's face,
inside,
it's going to happen on the inside. Those 2 tackles are too good. I don't trust the Jets to win those matchups. But the guys on the interior, whether it's him, whether it's Javon Kinlaw, they need to win those one-on-ones, because Sam Darnold versus the blitz this year, 18 of 22, 335 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Guy's been...
You got to win with your front 4.
Slicing and dicing. All right, on to the Ravens. Oh, wait, picks for this one. I said Jets. You said Vikings. Oof. All right, we didn't need that, but that's all right.